This is Module 4, 7th grade, Lesson 18. All right, and this is the end of our Module 4 unit. So prepare yourself now for the final exam. This is being our last lesson, and this one is on counting problems. So if you've ever had a combination lock, like you guys use in your PE locker rooms, usually it's typically 3 numbers or so. Well, there's different combinations that can go with that. And as long as you can play with the different combinations, eventually you'll get the one that opens the lock. So this is kind of how people find out other people's passwords and such, is if they know some of the letters or they know all the letters, they just don't know what order they're in, they can set up a permutation sort of thing where they write down all the possible combinations and then they just type them all in till one sticks. So this is kind of what we're doing today. Your opening exercise here says you are about to switch out your books from your locker during passing period, but forgot the order of your locker combination. You know that there are the numbers 3, 16, and 21 in some order. What is the percent of your locker combinations that actually start with just a 3? So we have a 3 starting here and a 3 starting here. So we have 2 out of a total of there's 6 combinations here. So that's 1/3, and 1/3 as a percent is 33 and a third percent. So there's a 33 and a third percent chance that your combination starts with a 3. And that's it. All right, let's go on to example 1. Example 1 says, all of the 3-letter passwords that can be formed using the letters A and B are as follows. So you have an AAA, AAB, ABA, ABB, BAA, BAB, BBA, and BBB. Notice none of them repeated the exact same order, okay? This first question says, what's the percent of passwords that contain at least 2 B's? Well, no B's there, only one there, only one there. That one has 2 at least. Excuse me, only 1 B. This one has 2 B's. That one has 2 B's. This one has 2 and more. And since it said at least, that means I could have more. So I have 4 out of the possible 8 combinations, which is half. And as a percentage, that's 50%. What's the percent of passwords that contain no A's? So does not have an A. I'm going to switch colors here. Those ones all have A's, so just the 1. So we're going to say 1 out of the 8. And on your calculators, if you divide that, you get 0.125. And so that is a percent. Remember, 2 places to the right is 12.5%. All right, let's go to the next one. Now this next one, you're going to get a chance to actually write out the combinations. So you're going to write them just like that last problem, but this time there are 4 letters involved. All of them are A and B. Now you want none of them to repeat. So I'm going to start off the first row for you. I recommend putting it in rows. It does help. So in this row, I'm going to do as many A possibilities. So I'm going to say A, 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 and now I can't write A again because then I'll have a duplicate. This will be a B. And then I'm going to have an A. I can't have A and B again, so this will be a B and a B. And then this one's A, B, B, whoops, B. All right. Now there are 3 more rows. I'll just tell you that, or columns, you should, however you want to call it. Go ahead and pause the video and write out the rest of yours. All right, so what percent of the 4-letter passwords contain 0 A's? So you should have 16 different combinations up here, so make sure you have 16. So my total is 16. Which ones have no A's? There was only 1, and that would have been your B, 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 B. So there's only 1. When you divide that on a calculator, you get 0.0625. So as a percent, It is 6.25%. What is the combination for having just one A? So right away, these are all eliminated, but I could have checked that one. So check all the ones that have just one A. You should have 4. 4 out of the 16. If you divide that, you get 0.25, which is going to give you 25%. What has exactly 2 A's? So which ones have exactly 2 A's? There are a total of 6 out of the 16. When you divide that, you're going to get 0.375. So as a percent, it is 37.5%. All right, you go ahead and do D, E, and F. All right, example 2. So now we have these 2 setups of passwords, okay? It says in a set of 3-letter passwords, 40% of the passwords contain the letter B and 2 of another letter. Which of the 2 sets below meets the criteria? All right, so with a partner, shoulder partner, face partner, or trio, I want you to talk about this one here. Which set shows that there's a password that contains a letter B and 2 of another letter? All right, so talk that out. Write your answer down below. Go ahead and pause the video, and I will come back and work with you on number 3. All right, number 3 here says, Shauna read the following problem. How many letter arrangements can be formed from the word triangle? So if we were actually to write out the word triangle, how many words could you form that have 2 vowels and 2 consonants? But it doesn't matter the order. So she did all the work and she said that the answer was 30. There's 30 letter arrangements. 20% of the letter arrangements that began with a vowel actually had an English definition, which means it's an actual word you can find in the dictionary. How many letter arrangements that begin with a vowel had that English definition? If we're saying 20%. So what do we got there? We have 20%. She said there's 30 arrangements. So we're going to times that by the 30 arrangements. And on your calculator, if you do 0.20 times 30, you should get 6. So 6 have a definition, ones that you can actually look up in the dictionary that start with a vowel. All right, let's look at number 4. Number 4 says, using 3 different keys on a piano, a songwriter makes the beginning of his melody with 3 notes, C, E, and G. So wrote out all the combinations there. From the list above, what is the percent of the melodies with all 3 notes that are different? So which combinations here have all three letters basically involved? So there are 21 combinations here. 6 of them have the same order of all 3 letters. Doesn't have to be in the same order, I should say, but contain all 3 letters. So if you divide this, you're going to get approximately 28.6%. All right, B. From the list above, what is the percent of melodies that have 3 different? Oh, excuse me, I'm going to read that again. From the list above, what is the percent of melodies that have 3 of the same note? I apologize, I was looking at something else. So there's 21 possibles. All right. So go ahead and count them up. I'll look at it too while you're counting it up. All right, you should have 3. I got 3. Now, if you divide that on a calculator, you're going to get approximately 14.3%. All right. Now, this next one, you're going to want to get at that ruler or straight edge or ID card to help you because you're going to be lining these guys up. Read the directions. It says, draw a line through each of the points which have an x-coordinate and a y-coordinate that add up to a total of 7. All right. So I'm going to let you kind of play with this. So turn to your face partner and then shoulder partner or trio and work this problem out. We'll see how well you do. And then I will meet you for the last couple problems. All right, this is the last little bit here. We have what percent of the 36 points had the coordinate of the of 7? So there was 36 points there, 36 dots. How many of them added up to 7? 6 of them. Now, if you divide that out, you would get 16 and 2/3 because you'll notice you have a repeat decimal. What is the numerical expression that could be used to determine the percent of the 36 points that have a coordinate sum of 7? So we're going to write it out. So we found out that out of the 36, 6 of them added up to 7. So if I multiply that by 100%, 100% being all the dots represented and all the sums, that would be my expression. You would take what does add up to 7 and times it by 100. That's it. All right, let's try this one. What percent of the 36 points have a coordinate that add up to 7 or less? Be careful there. And this one, what percent of the 36 points have a coordinate sum of 4 or 10? All right, work with your partners and solve those last two out. And this is the end of the tutorial.